Student, today we are going to see locating the places. Our new lesson, that is locating the places. Locating the places means where we have to locate the place, where you want to locating the place. As we know that our earth is one of the most beautiful blue planet in the entire solar system, and today we are going to know the location, the places on the earth. Dear student, I am going to share a very important information and sharing a knowledge with you. Today we are going to see and to know about our beautiful planet, that is the earth. As you can see here on this screen, this is our earth, the actual footage which is taken from the space. When you look at this earth from the space, it look like this. This is the blue color earth, the blue shape, and the blue color of this the earth. Why this is blue? Because of the water. Okay, our earth is the only beautiful planet in the entire solar system which has water, and that water is responsible to exist the life here. My dear student, as we know that dear student, in this segment we are going to discussing about locating the places on the earth. If you observe this globe of the earth, as you know that every globe is every globe is spin through its axis, that is the axle, and our earth has also the imaginary axis which through our earth spins. Two axes meet where? It is called as the North Pole and it is the South Pole. North Pole is upside and South Pole is here downside. Okay, if we divide our earth, it is here the west and it is here the east. As we know that our earth spin through the west to east. The basic thing is that this earth is a very big planet. As compared with this earth is a very big planet, and we know that there are so many countries, there are so many continents, and in the continents there are different countries, and a huge population exists on this earth. And we feel we need to locate. Now we are living in the science and technology era, and it become very easy to locate a particular place on the earth with the help of now I'm discussing with you with the help of some imaginary lines. Scientists draw some imaginary line of the earth. Not this line is not actually exist on the earth. They lay down the imaginary line. First of all, I would like to tell you, I am going to explain what are the imaginary lines and what it actually works and what are the importance of that imaginary lines. Dear student, you can see on this board, this is the earth globe, but it has some line which come from north pole to south pole, and some line which passes through the west to east. These are two lines. So which the horizontal line, keep in your mind, the horizontal lines on the earth, these horizontal lines on the earth is called as latitudes. I am going to explain you what are the latitudes, the horizontal lines. So you can see that this horizontal, so many lines is passing through this earth. These are the horizontal lines. Okay, these are the latitudes. But when you just know about what are the roles of these horizontal lines, latitudes, I am going to explain you. My dear student, this is the earth, and here basically this earth is divided into two equal halves. It is called as the 0 degree equator, This is a 0 degree equator. This is a imaginary line. Okay, this is a own line which divides or which makes Earth into two different halves. That is, the upside is called as the North Pole. This is the, as I told you earlier, that here we mention the North Pole, and this is below the equator. The next part of it is called at the South Pole. It indicates with S, the North Pole and the South Pole. Why this is North Pole and South Pole? For our better understanding, we divide this Earth in two equal parts and from this 0 degree equator. Okay, instead of this 0 degree equator, we have another one imaginary line which comes from the North Pole to the South Pole. This is the another line, the vertical line. Keep into your mind vertical lines and horizontal lines. So the whole vertical lines are called as longitude, and the horizontal lines are called as latitudes. Okay, so latitudes which parallel to the equator, and longitude which come from North Pole to the South Pole. So this longitude and latitude had its one important to better understanding. So what happened, you know, that when this equator, divide this Earth into two part, that is the North Pole and South Pole, we call this line 0 degree equator. So the part of the Earth from equator to South Pole, it is called as the southern pole, southern part. Okay, or and the southern hemisphere, and from equator to North Pole, this part of the Earth is called as the northern part. Keep in your mind. So we simply understand that when we divide the Earth into two halves, so basically the part toward the south, it is the southern pole, and the part toward the north, it is called as the northern poles. These two things, I hope you understood is it. The same thing when we talk about the longitude, so the lines which runs from north to south, this is called as the longitude. And this longitude also divide our Earth into two parts. Okay, so the part from in eastern direction, it is called the eastern hemisphere. It is called the eastern hemisphere. You must understand that the geographical part of the Earth, it is the eastern hemisphere. And when we means think about this part of the Earth, it is the western hemisphere. There are two parts, so you can better understand that our Earth has means in south southern pole, in north in northern pole or northern hemisphere, in east eastern hemisphere, in west western hemisphere. These are the two means these are the division of the Earth. But the thing today I am going to tell you that means every latitude here, when from the equator to south pole, there are 90 latitudes, and equator to north pole there are also 90 latitudes. So total number of latitudes are 180 degree. Okay, total number of latitudes are 180 degree. And the same when we talk about the longitude, here in the eastern hemisphere there are 180 degree eastern and 180 degree longitude in western hemisphere. This this is the first basic thing. If we want to know about the earth, about its total means the longitude and latitude, we must know about the this northern pole, southern pole, eastern hemisphere, northern hemisphere. Thank you. Can you hear? As I have explained you the longitude and latitudes. Now you have a clear picture with these latitudes and the longitude. Dear student, as you notice this is the equator. This is the equator. I hope you understood it, equator. Whenever you talk about the equator, you must talk about the 0 degree on the earth means 0 degree equator. So there are some parallels of latitudes, okay, parallels of latitudes. Some lines are there, important lines of latitude. When you discussing about so many latitudes are there, but I am talking about some important lines of latitude, importance lines of latitude. So you know that this is the south pole, so definitely here the 90 degree, and this is the north pole, this is also the 90 degree. But between this 19 degree in northern hemisphere and in southern hemisphere, there is another means a parallel latitude, that is a tropic of Cancer, and here is another one is the tropic of Capricorn. Keep in your mind, there are two latitudes. One is the Cancer, just keep in your mind is Cancer, and second is the Capricorn. The second is the Capricorn. This, okay. So you can know that Cancer means in Marathi, you can see that the Karkavrat, something like this, and this Capricorn, this Makarvrat. Okay. In Marathi, for your better understanding, I have given its meaning also. So basically, on our Earth, this Tropic of Cancer, it has 23 degree 1.5 in north, and Tropic of Capricorn is 23 degree 1.5 in south. So this is the last pole, that means no reach, out of reach. This is the north pole and this is the south pole. Here is also two circles are there. One is at the south pole, Antarctic circle, and this is the Arctic circle. Arctic circle. This is the Arctic circle, and here Antarctic circle is Antarctic circle. So entire in this topic we have learned about the latitudes, the longitudes, and try to understand the parallels of latitudes. The most important, when you learn just like a temperate zone, frigid zone, or the different zone on the earth, okay, so that time this longitude and latitude, if you understand this concept, truly you come to know about the basic of the longitude and latitude. There is the distance between two longitude is 1 degree. 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. Okay, and our earth spin from west side to the east side, okay, upside from the 0 degree latitude to onwards to the north pole, it is the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere. In east direction it is the eastern hemisphere, and west direction is the western hemisphere. So we try to understand the location and places on our beautiful planet Earth, and I hope you understood this lesson. Thank you for watching.